Good morning, students. Welcome back to another session on planning. Today we are going to understand about the limitations of planning. Now we clearly have got an idea about the features of planning, the importance of planning, and planning is a primary function of management. That means it is a starting point. It is a Shri Ganesh. It is a starting point of any management function. That much we have understood. But today we are going to understand that what could be the drawbacks in this plan. What and all could be the drawbacks or limitations related to this plan. You cannot deny the significance of planning. Planning is very important, and even today every management activity or every small kind of activity that we do, it involves a lot of amount of planning, but it has certain drawbacks. And what are the drawbacks? In practical real life world situation, many companies are facing this difficulty. Now it is all depending upon your attitude to react towards those limitations. Now, what are all those limitations? These limitations are, it does not disglorify the significance of planning. These are all the limitations. Keeping these limitations in mind, you have to make a plan. Right? Now, let's see through the limitations of planning. First one, planning leads to rigidity. Yes, planning one thing you have to understand, children. Most of the plans are undertaken or framed by the top management. Major chunk of, because they are the brain box of the organization. So most of the things they only plan in advance. Now what it happens is, they don't want anybody to come and keep a finger in that and say that this is not right. They can't take that. Their ego hurts. Right? So most of the plans that are made, it leads to rigidity. In an organization, a well-defined plan is made with a specific goal and within a specified time period. Time is also when to do, what to do, how to do. Yes, that is planning. So the time period also is critically very, very important. So time period is important, the goal is important, planning gives direction to the goal. Yes, how to achieve the goal, planning is only giving the direction. But these plans are decided well in advance. Remember, planning is a forward thinking, planning involves a lot of forward thinking. So sometimes what happens, the lower level managers or the middle level managers, they are not in a position to change. They cannot change anything, but maybe there is a little flexibility should be there. That flexibility usually top management does not like. A little bit of flexibility should be allowed, because managers are the people who are practically, the middle level managers and operational managers are the people who are practically working in that environment. So you have to allow a little bit of flexibility. You can't be so particular and fixed that, no, I had made a plan after evaluating so many alternatives. Out of 5 alternatives that I had, I have selected this alternative. This is the best one, you have to adhere to it. And because he is paying salary to you, you have to somehow fit into those things. So here some kind of rigidity is developed. If you follow a pre-decided plan, when circumstances around you have changed, then it doesn't suit, it doesn't work. So somehow it leads to rigidity, and this rigidity is majorly caused because of the egocentric attitude of the top management. Not in all organizations, but yes, in few organizations it happens. Right? Then, now the important thing, what are you planning? You are planning about business. You are planning about a company or a partnership or a sole proprietorship, some kind of organization. You are making a plan. And where is this organization working? This organization is existing inside a business environment. How is business environment? Dynamic. It changes. When the environment around you is changing, when things inside you are changing, how can you be outdated by claiming that I will, no, 1 year ago I made this plan. My annual plan you have to stick on to. I won't change. How can you? Because things have changed around you. Then you will end up something like Nokia. How Nokia became a disaster? Because they didn't adapt to the change. They clearly knew about the competitor. They clearly knew about Samsung. Nothing was hidden from them. So why they did not adapt to the change? Because they stuck to their old plan, egocentric management. Even big companies have faced it. Planning may not work in a dynamic environment. This is the second one. The first one that we saw is rigidity. Top management being very firm, and the middle level managers do not have any kind of scope to make at least minor alterations to suit the requirement. The second one is planning, may not work in a dynamic environment. Where is the organization? It is inside an environment. It is surrounded by a business environment. And there are so many dimensions like legal dimension, social dimension, environmental dimension. Excuse me, just to hold on. Sorry for the interruption. So now we are discussing about planning. It may not work in a dynamic environment. Why? See, in the business environment, there are so many dimensions: social, legal, technological, economical, political. All these factors are changing. All these things are changing on a day-to-day basis, and you are still stuck onto the old plan. It may not suit the requirement, that is the situation that is faced today. Competition in the market can also upset the financial plan, the sales target. So your competitor is adapting himself very fast and is giving a better product because he is not sticking on to the old plan. And you, if you are very stubborn to stick on to the old plan that you made just because you had evaluated alternatives at that time the situation, the circumstances are different. Today the situation, the circumstances are different. So if you don't adapt to change, you lose. You may end up failing, right? Because your competitor is smart enough. So you have to make certain modifications. In fact, to tell you very frankly, the earlier one, planning leads to rigidity, and planning may not work in a dynamic environment, almost have similar meaning. Here only thing is we are emphasizing that business environment factors changes, and we have given an example of financial plan. I had a budget, so I'll give you an example for this. I had a budget to manufacture 100 water bottles in the month of March. Say we had made a plan in January that in March we will manufacture 100 water bottles, and for that we have estimated that the cost of production will be 50,000. Now suddenly the raw material price has gone up in February. How can you force a manager asking him to manufacture within the same cost? How it is possible? He is not responsible for the raw material supplier to increase the raw material price. The petroleum prices have gone up suddenly. So all these changes will be there in business environment. You made a plan that's absolutely great, that was very good, but when it came to actual implementation, situation has changed. So you have to make a fresh plan. You cannot be so stupid to stick on to the earlier plan which is not suitable to the current situation. Right? Then planning reduces creativity. Yes, to a large extent. Now this is contradicting. Earlier I told you that to make a plan, the mental fitness of a person is essentially very, very important, and I also told that a highly creative and innovative mind alone can be able to make good plans. Yes, accept it, but how it kills the creativity or how it reduces the creativity is, usually plans are prepared by the top management, as I told you. Maybe the middle level managers who are actually working onto the plan, or the operational level managers, maybe the young generation is more talented and has got better ideas or better plans. Right? So as a consequence, what happens, middle management and other decision makers, they are never allowed to give their, planning department, they won't allow. Somehow other suggestions they will accept. But in the planning department, it's somehow so egocentric, it becomes, this is a real life situation. This could be avoided. When a middle level manager comes up with a better plan, not every organization is like that, students. Like if you talk about Google and all, Google, Sundar Pichai has joined as an associate and now he is the CEO. He has given thousands of suggestions and brought about new products. There they are accepting. Not every organization it happens. In few organizations this problem exists because the top management does not allow or motivate and encourage the creativity and innovation of middle level managers. They have this supremacy feeling that they are the brain box, so they can only decide. They are more thinking capability. They cannot accept the fact that the middle level manager is much more smarter. That ego problem, what happens, and most of the time employees don't have an attempt to formulate plans. Involve them also in the plan. Maybe they have better ideas. Maybe your ideas are outdated. Right? They only carry out orders. If I am only carrying out orders and working like a robot, my creativity is killed. This organization is not supporting or not bringing about the best of my ability. Right? Planning involves huge cost. Yes, students, a lot of cost is involved in planning. You know why these top executives get paid a lot? Their salaries are not very small. Compared to all the salaried classes, the topmost management has the highest paid salaries, and they are responsible for formulating these plans. Right? When plans are drawn up, huge costs are involved. These may be in terms of the time, in terms of money, in terms of other equipments, softwares that they are using for making these plans, checking the accuracy of facts, evaluating the performance, setting the standards. Lot of software and a lot of technical things are involved in planning also. So the detailed plans require scientific calculations like budgets, financial plan, in which I will be teaching you about one part of financial plan going further in your part 2 book. where you will understand how much of cost is involved. There's lots and lots of money involved in formulating a plan. A lot of energy, time and effort is involved in formulating a plan. There are a number of incidental costs also. Incidental cost means boardroom expenses, projector expenses, in meetings and discussions. Professionals are involved in this. They call upon expert team, and that team sets, they pay to the subject matter experts, call them and take their opinion about a project. A lot of money is involved in this. So all these expenses go in vain. Why? Because you're not, by the time you actually want to implement the plan, situation has changed, right? See how much of cost is involved. These graphs and these technical tools that they use in the business or in the planning area, planning department, it involves a huge amount of cost. Then planning involves time. I am planning about next year. Lot of time is consumed in planning. People put their brains, energy, effort. They draw up so many things. So many minor doubts will arise up. Last year, whatever mistakes they have made, they have to rectify that mistake and formulate a better plan. Last year, situations changed. They formulated a new plan. So they have to have plan A, plan B, plan C. So it involves a lot of time. Right? That's one limitation. Planning does not guarantee success. Most of the people believe that the moment they made a plan, immediately they have this sense of achievement. Wow, such an excellent plan I made, fantastic. And everybody in the boardroom appreciated the plan also. Okay, success is there. That's not your success. Your planning is good, that's all. Don't take success for granted because your plan is good. It all depends upon how your managers are able to understand it and implement it. You designed a plan, superb it is, but how they are going to make use of it, that we don't know. Many of the students also have this problem. I had it in my school days. Before the board exams or before my slip test or midterm exams, I had this 10 days or 15 days of time. Oh, accounts, this chapter I will finish it off. I know this chapter. I have lot of time. In 1 week I will finish the full book. But the day before the exam I will be burning the night lamp. Implementation problem. Planning is very good. Implementation is the problem. So here comes another difficulty, that most of the top level executives, after they design the plan, they become so overconfident that, oh yes, I have made such a wonderful plan. Success is mine. It doesn't guarantee success. Any plan needs to be translated into action. To give you some meaning, action has to happen. You made a good plan. How about your middle manager? Right? Managers have a tendency to rely on previously tried and text tests. It is not always true. One thing happens, another disadvantage here is, last year I designed a plan. It was such a huge success. Excellent it was. So thereby I am going to implement it now also. Repeat the same plan. Because it is already a success. Something is already successful. That situation, that circumstance is different. Circumstance now is different. Employees may have changed. The price fluctuations may be there in the market. Inflation may also have come in. So you have to understand how the current market is and design a plan. You may take some positive points from the previous plan, but exactly adopting the same plan for this year also does not work properly in most circumstances. This kind of complacency and false sense of security may actually lead to failure instead of success. I developed a false sense of security. Sab kuch acha tha last year. Perfectly done. Our clients are happy, customers are happy. When everybody is happy, implement the same plan. This is where you are not improving your performance. You are just maintaining it. Don't maintain in business. Your competitor will swallow you. Right? So many managers, they feel that it is so time consuming, lot of effort is involved. Why we have to improve upon something that is working so very fine? Check for defects. Improvise and bring a current plan because the situation is not the same. Right? So with this, the limitations of planning comes to an end. I hope you have understood. We'll just do a recap. These are not the flaws that you cannot deny the fact that planning is critically very important. But there are certain limitations in real life situations. Few organizations are facing these difficulties. Planning leads to rigidity. Planning kills creativity and innovation. Sometimes, sometimes. And planning is not suitable in a dynamic environment. Yeah, planning may not work in a dynamic environment. Planning reduces the creativity. Planning involves huge cost. Planning is a time-consuming process. Planning does not guarantee success. And if you observe, most of the limitations of planning is the limitation of the manager himself. It is not about the plan. It majority of the stuff, except for the dynamic environment and rigidity, a majority of the stuff, if you observe, it is only that you are highly paid and you are on the top level, so you become little bit more, you have that supremacy feeling. You are not able to come over it, right? I hope you have understood this. Thank you and have a fantastic day ahead. Dada Sham.